Alright, now I made a couple of videos and they're pretty catchy headlines talking about coming in to a job site, customer hoping I can quote a lower price, and I end up quoting the price at 1/10 the original quote. I thought it was time to sort of explain the secret sauce in getting a job done at 10% of the quote. The quotes are between 500K and 1.2 million. So there's no amount of shortcuts in the world that's going to cut 90% off the original quote. I am, in fact, doing super high quality work. I like to even think I'm doing higher quality work than what the folks that did the original quote are capable of. So essentially, what I'm doing is actually repairing the pre-existing equipment that was installed with the pre-existing regulations and laws. The moment you get into the world of replacing, it's very profitable, but part of the thing is there's a lot of folks that have their hands out as far as pulling permits, as far as inspections, as far as concrete work, and on and on and on. And essentially, if one can repair and not replace, you're able to save the customer a lot of money. All right, video number 2 of 8 of the Detroit 6V-92 rebuild, in-frame rebuild at the Embassy Suites Hotel.
All right, so this is the Embassy Suites job, and what we are looking at are the piston sleeve chambers for two-stroke Detroit, and do a pull out. Here's the motor.
So this particular item, I thought I'd be able to use piston sleeve pullers and pull the sleeves out. These things were rusted in there. They're almost welded in there. They're rusted so bad. So I had to weld bridges and use a 20-ton puller to pull the sleeves out of the block. And that was just pulling the sleeves with the rusted piston inside. They usually come out separately, but there was no such possibility with these guys.
Hey there, this is Mark from Mobile Diesel. We're doing one of our emergency backup generator rebuilds. Usually these are done for electricity for fire pumps, or directly connected to fire pumps, or emergency backup. This is for the Embassy Suites in San Rafael, and what had happened is the rain overspill gutter, the storm drain basically in that corner there, fed into this exhaust, and the exhaust plate was knocked off by the painters, and this thing had a good gallons of water fall into it, and when they started it up to test it, it was seized, rusted, destroyed. And so since it didn't have a lot of hours, we told the insurance company we could save them quite a bit of money just by doing repairs. And what the repairs involved were to remove the cylinder heads. This was the worst side here. We're going to do both sides. This piston here is completely seized with rust. So we pulled the oil pan out from below, pulled the piston rods. We're going to have to either take a 1/2-inch air supply hammer and knock this seized piston out, or we're going to have to weld a bridge around here and pull this whole, it's called a wet sleeve, pull the whole wet sleeve out. Anyways, all the pistons are going to be replaced, all the sleeves are going to be replaced, all the connecting rod, crankshaft bearing, journals, piston rod, bearings, everything's going to be plastic gauged and replaced with new stuff. And essentially this motor is going to be brought back to new. It's going to be done at a cost of about 20% of what is quoted to put in a new system for a backup generator. So I'm going to be documenting this and sending links to insurance companies and hotels, office buildings, that sort of office building owners and that sort of thing. All right, yeah, so we will be taking videos and going from there.